thank you. And don't forget, don't worry. Next time, when you come to this class, please a jacket. Bring a jacket with you. Some of your kids are really cold, sisters. So bring them jacket. They use it here in this classroom. Once they go out, put it in the car. All right, now we continue with another lesson of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, hijrah. On his way, now remember, 200 camels for anyone who catches Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, dead or alive. Whoa, do you know what does that mean? It means huge hunt, human hunt. They're hunting for two humans. Almost all Mecca will leave and go all the way, especially this way. They're waiting here to catch Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But he, peace be upon him, comes this way and goes this way, this way. On the way, there was a man by the name of Suraka. His name is Suraka. Remember Suraka, it's a very important name. He sees two men with a third. So he doubts, maybe this is Muhammad. So he withdraws from his tent without telling his tribe. Why? He wants 200 camels for him. By himself. He wants the full price by himself. He takes his spear, his horse, his sword, and he goes. When he comes near the Prophet ﷺ, the feet of the horse sink inside the sand. He falls down. He says, hey, this has never happened to me. Remember, those people were born on horses. You know what I mean? Yes. For example, when they were just 1 year or two, their fathers already put them on the horse. So they know they are horsemen by birth, the Arabs. They're very good. But he falls. He says, this never happened to me. What happened? Then he does. Second time he falls. Then he said, there is something. When he comes near the Prophet ﷺ, he says, are you Muhammad? The Prophet ﷺ said, yes. He doesn't lie. He said, then I have to take you. He did the sword like this. I have to take you. Come, I'm not sword, the spear. Come with me. I have to take you back to Mecca. The Prophet ﷺ smiled and he said, you can't. You cannot. His hands start shivering, and then he dropped there. And some kind of numbness, like paralyzed. So the Prophet ﷺ told him, who are you? He said, Suraka. He said, Suraka, let's have a deal. You leave me alone, me and my two companions, meaning companions in the journey. The other one was not Sahabi. And I promise, I give you more than what Quraysh wants to give you. I know you're doing this for poverty. You are poor and you want to be rich. 200 camels makes you rich. I give you more than that. He said what? He said, I give you the gold of Kisra. Kisra is the king of Persia. King of Persia. No. Think with me. You are wanted. And you are promising me, for example, now, I am so scared and weak, and I'm telling you, I will give you the White House. And all the wealth of Trump. You see, you laugh at me, right? Exactly. That's what Suraka felt. Suraka felt, hey, you are wanted. You are about to be killed. And you are promising me not even some money in Medina. You are giving me White House and all the wealth of Trump and his real estate. Yes. Rasulullah said yes. And the man was shocked. He said, you can't. Listen, you cannot do anything. The fact that your hand is numb and almost paralyzed, bad things can happen to you if you come one step closer. I am the messenger of Allah, he told him. And Allah will not let anyone harm me or my companion. Just go back to your home. Join me in Medina. He said, deal. So the man was honored. He left. When he left, his hand became normal. Alas. Subhanallah. He went back home. He didn't say nothing. A few days later on, he joined Medina. He became Sahabi. Do you know when that happened? All the treasures were given to him 30 years later. The Prophet never lies. And when he says something, it will happen. The Prophet died. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So 10 years. 10 years passed. The Prophet died. Nothing happened. 2 more years of Abu Bakr as-Siddiq Caliphate. And then Umar. It was in the time of Umar, last year, Allah opened Persia. The Persians became Muslims. So, of course, Kisra is Zoroastrian, Kafir. He worships fire. They took all his treasures. The leader of that army called Suraka. Suraka was in that army. Suraka, come. Didn't Rasulullah ﷺ promise you something? He said, here is time. They put all the bangles of the king. And they put his throne, his crown. Do you know the crown was hanged? You cannot put it. It's so heavy. No head can carry it. So it's true. So what they do, you come, look. Here is the, imagine. This is the crown. It's hanged to the walls. And you come, sit, and put it this way. Huh? So they ask him, come, sit. And then they put all the bangles, they give him all the treasures. He cried and cried. He said, this is what Rasulullah promised me almost 30 years ago. He cried and cried. And he said, of course, this is not mine. I just fulfilled. I am glad that the prophecy and the promise of Rasulullah was fulfilled. So Suraka, remember him. So when the Prophet promises you something, it will happen. Even when he is not there. Oh, I see now. MashaAllah. Of course, man cannot put gold, so he gave all gold back to the Zakat office. The PPZ of those days. Takbir? Yes. Zakat should be given to an organization that gives it back. But that organization should be fair and righteous. Alright. Now, one Sahabi, very important to talk about now. His name is Salman al-Farisi. May Allah be pleased with him. Salman was Zoroastrian. He worshipped the fire. He was from Persia. And the story of Salman, my dear children, when we talk about Rasulullah, definitely we have to talk about his Sahaba. Salman al-Farisi, we will talk in details about him, but short information to know. He was Persian. He was not Arab. 3 Sahaba were not Arabs. And that shows Islam was universal from day one. Bilal, radiallahu anhu, representing Africa. So all African brothers, please remember, they should be very dear to you. Because their great-grandfather is who? Bilal, radiallahu anhu. The first man to make adhan. That's the greatest honor given to any human being after Islam, is to make the first to make adhan. Call for salat. It was a black man by the name of Bilal radiallahu anhu. Very good. Second is Salman al-Farisi. May Allah be pleased with him. Representing all Asia. Because he was Asian. And the third is Suhaib al-Rumi from Rome. Representing Europe. So, look, from day one, Islam was universal. From day one, when the Prophet started his da'wah, these 3 men joined him. One was from Rome, his name is Suhaib, radiallahu anhu. One from Persia, his name is Salman, radiallahu anhu. And one from Africa, his name is Bilal, radiallahu anhu. Remember these children. So Islam is not just for the Arabs, or for Malays, for all Muslims. Remember. Okay, good. Salman came from Isfahan. Isfahan is in Iran today. And went to Damascus first. He was a truth searcher. He searched for the truth. So he was Zoroastrian. When he grew up in a family that worships fire. So he was worshipping fire like his father and mother. But he was always asking himself, what is this fire that I can put water on it? It disappears. Can it be God? So he was not happy. He was not satisfied. He went to Damascus. In Damascus, he learned a little Christianity. He learned Christianity. But he was never happy with three God. A God that has a son, what does it mean? And why only one son? You have 6, 7, but God has only one. You have 2. God has only one. So, God, what does it mean, God having a son? So he never accepted that. So he turned Christian, but he never accepted it. Because he was looking for something. Then he became Jew. He worked for some Jews. While looking for a new job, he came to Yathrib, Medina. Now the Prophet is going to? Quiet. The Prophet is going where? Very good. And who is in Medina? Salman. Not King Salman of Saudi Arabia. Salman al-Farisi. Salman al-Farisi. May Allah be pleased with him. Say Ameen. Ameen. He is there. He is here. So he was here, Isfahan, in Iran. He went to Damascus, Dimashq, Syria. He didn't like, he traveled to Europe, Rome, and then he came back. He was traveler, mashallah. Now he is in Yathrib, Medina, before the Prophet ﷺ named it Medina. In Medina, he's working for some Jews. He liked the fact that there is only one God, but he doesn't like their ethics. They're bad people, he knows. I like the religion that there is only one God who has no son, but these people are not good. They treat everybody non-Jew in a very bad way. That is what he saw from the Jews of Medina. Until Rasulullah ﷺ reached Medina. So when he reaches Medina, he already has a lot of knowledge. Look, he was Zoroastrian, he was Christian, and he was Jew. Meaning he studied about many things, including the last prophet to come. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. When he hears there is a man, a new man in Medina, he goes and see him. He takes some time from his boss and he goes to Medina to see the prophet face and to see something else that proves he is prophet. What was it? The seal in his back. In the back of the Prophet ﷺ, all the prophets had a seal from Allah, physical. Not tattoo. No. It's like, have you seen birthmark? Have you seen the seed of the date? Yes. Okay. When you eat next time a date, clean the seed. The seed has 2 faces. It has a face that has a line, and it has a face that has no line. Look at the face that has no line. You will see a hole inside. Small. You have to really look. That's how it looks in his back. All the prophets of Allah. So Salman read about that in Prophet Sulaiman, Prophet Musa, Prophet Dawood, Prophet Sulaiman, Prophet Isa. All of them. So he wanted to verify. So the Prophet ﷺ saw there was a man wanting to see something on his body. So look, for example, I know you want to see something, so I do this. I make it easy for you. And he said, did you see it? How do you know I'm trying to see it? He said, yes. So who told him? It's Jibreel alayhi salam. He said, yes, I saw it. He became Muslim. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. So what do we learn from here? We learn that one sometimes wants to find out the truth, help him to find the truth about something. Make it easy for you. Subhanallah. Anyways, this is Salman. Salman will give the greatest idea that will protect the Muslims from annihilation. 5 years from now, the non-Muslims will come and want to destroy Mecca, Medina. Once for all. Kill men, women, children, everybody has to go. So Salman, Farisi radiallahu anhu, says, O Messenger of Allah, let's build a trench around Medina. Something the Arabs never knew. The Arabs never knew the trench. When they fight, they fight like guerrilla warfare. Attack and run, attack and run. But this is the first time the Muslims are going to build a trench around Medina. So who gave the idea? Sayyiduna Salman al-Farisi radiallahu anhu. Why? Because he came from a different culture. That's why it's good to know, to have different cultures around us. Everybody brings a new idea. The Persians were people of war because they had big civilization. So one way to defend is to build trench around the city. I see. So he built the trench, and that, alhamdulillah, stopped 30,000 army of 30,000 men from entering Medina. If they entered Medina, they would have raped all the women, killed all the children, killed the Prophet ﷺ, killed all men. Everybody has to die. So Allah saved us with the idea of Sayyidina Salman al-Farisi. One thing also the Prophet said about Salman, to show how dear Salman is to Rasulullah ﷺ, the Prophet said, Salmanu minna al-bayt. What does it mean? Salman is one of us, we the family of the house. Huh? Salman, yes, Salman. Meaning the Prophet ﷺ is saying Salman, because Salman was lonely, was the only Persian. No wife, no brother, no sister. So the Prophet ﷺ wanted him to feel good. He said, Salman, you are one of my family. If you don't have family, I am your family. Who amongst us is doing this? Wow. Look at that. Look how much honor the Prophet gave him. Salman was down one day. He missed his mother, his father, his family. He's come from very far land. He said, don't worry, my brother. You are one of me. Wow. He said the same thing to Bilal. And he said the same thing to Suhaib. So alhamdulillah, the honor given to these great Sahaba. May Allah be pleased with them. Alright. Now the Prophet ﷺ is entering Medina. Before he entered Medina, do you know where he went? Children? Yalla, let me see. Yes? Excellent. I know someone will know. Very good. The Prophet ﷺ, before entering Medina, he went to Quba. Quba, known as Quba, but it is Quba. What is Quba? A nice community, actually of his mother's side. He wanted to honor his mother's side. His mother came from there. Remember his mother from Medina? Remember or not?
Yes.
Alhamdulillah, shukr ya Allah. Yes. The Prophet ﷺ's mother, Amina, is from Medina. His father from Mecca. Oh. So what did he do? Somehow he went there. On the way to Mecca, he spent a few days there and he built the masjid. The first masjid he built is Quba. And Allah spoke very highly of the people of Quba. In which case? That they were people very clean. When they used to go to toilet, they used stones and then water. Before the Quran was revealed, they didn't know. So they used what we call paper towel now and then water. So they were very clean people. Allah mentioned that in Surah Tawbah. فيه رجال يحبون أن يتطهروا والله يحب المطهرين. In it there are men and women who really want to be clean, and Allah loves those who are clean. So he prayed with them and then he went to Medina. But pay attention. In Quba, today if you ever go to Umrah and ziyarah of Masjid al-Nabawi and Masjid al-Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, please go to Quba and pray 2 rak'ahs, especially on Saturday. It was every Saturday Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to walk from Medina to Quba every Saturday with Bilal radiallahu anhu. He loves to take Bilal, but he walks. Hey, you drive, big deal, but he walks and prays there 2 rak'ahs and come back. By Dhuhr he is in Medina, so he goes after Fajr. He walks He prays there, he makes dhikr. He never forgot the people of Quba until he died. They were nice. And it was, as I said, is a form of visiting his mother's family. And it is said his father's grave was near to Medina. Because remember when he was in his mother tummy, his father died, right? He died where? Buried where? Near Medina, because he went for business. Good news, brothers, especially brothers. If you ever die on your way to work or business trip, and your niyyah is to provide for your kids, inshallah you are from the people of Jannah. Say Ameen. I didn't say about golf, huh? I said about business. Sheikh, I was going to play golf. I don't know about that. I'm not sure. You are going to do business to feed your family. Or you work. You two sisters, you working sister, she's going to work. God forbid, accident. She dies. Inshallah, she is from Ahl Jannah. Because working to put food on the table of your kids and to provide for them education and to provide shelter and to provide clothing is a noble ibadah. Is worship. That's why Umar ibn Khattab was very angry at two people who were sitting in the corner of the masjid after salat making zikr. He came, Assalamu alaikum, after dhuhr. What are you doing here? They said, and you know Umar ibn Khattab always stick in his hand. Do you know that? Umar always walk with a stick, general. He said to them, what are you doing here? They said, dhikr. He said, dhikr? Do you work? They said, no, Allah provides. He didn't like that. That's the answer he doesn't like. He said, okay. إِنَّ السَّمَاءَ لَا تُمْطِرُ ذَهَبًا وَلَا فِضَّةً. The sky does not rain gold and silver. Go get a job. Next time if I find you here, I beat you up. You pray, you go out to work. Yallah. He kicked them out. Why? This is the type of Islam the West wants. Salah, zikr, do nothing. Let the kuffar control the economy. Let the kuffar control the media. Let them control everything. And we Muslims do what? SubhanAllah. You find two types of Muslims. Either those who don't come to the masjid at all, or those who want to live and die in the masjid. Takbir. No, Islam is ربنا آتنا في الدنيا وفي الآخرة وقنا عذاب. Adhan calls, yes, leave everything, leave the dunya. Now leave the dunya, go. Pray, make dhikr, read Quran, salat, qabliya and ba'diya, no problem. Then go work now. Because work is ibadah. Work is ibadah. I wish really the Japanese embrace Islam. If the Japanese embrace Islam, I don't know what are we doing. Why Malaysia is not sending ulama and du'at and ustaz in? Really, focus. These two, Japan and Korea, if they become Muslims, that's it. Khalas. They practice already Islam in the mu'amalat. They need just the ibadah. They need shahada and salat. And khalas, they did big. Then all Muslims will start breathing again. May Allah help us. Now, last but not least, I would like my sisters and brothers to know this. The danger of the Jews in Yathrib. What did the Prophet ﷺ to encounter that? When he reached Medina, he did three things. The Prophet ﷺ, when he reached Medina, he did three things. Number one, build the masjid. Okay, let me write it so that you can inshallah memorize. Not forget it. Three things the Prophet ﷺ did, and to me, anyone who studies political science and doesn't understand this, he knows nothing about political science. The first thing the Prophet ﷺ did in Medina, Al-Madinah. Now he entered Medina. Of course, everybody was waiting there, and women greeted him with a song. And children were jumping. And you know what happened? They said, who is the Prophet? Who is the Prophet? They don't know. Because they see two men on the camel. What does it mean? Who is the Prophet? You and me know him. Muhajirin. The Ansar, they don't know. Especially those who have never seen him. What does it mean? Who is the Prophet? It means he was not wearing special clothes. He was not like king, sultan, coming, everybody knows who is he. No. So Abu Bakr Siddiq, when he saw people saying, who is the Prophet? You know what he did? He jumped out of the horse, out of the camel, so that the people know who is the Prophet. Respect. No, oh, you confused me with the Prophet? Do I look like him? You see the mentality of some people? Yeah, it's me, man, it's me. Astaghfirullah. La ilaha illallah. Some people like that. No. He felt shy. How can people not know the Prophet? So he jumped. He jumped. Camel is high. So that people know this is the messenger of Allah, not me. That's love. Okay. So the women were so happy because they know this is the man who will give them rights. Children, everybody. Of course, hypocrites. Hypocrite. Why? He's taking their place. The hypocrites wanted position. And the Prophet now, if he comes to Medina, so careful. So what he did, the first thing he did, everybody wants him to be his guest. Come to my house, come. Now if he comes to the house of anyone, he upsets the rest. Especially the hypocrites. Abdullah bin Ubay bin Salul, may Allah curse him, was the first one. Oh Messenger of Allah, come to my house. I have the biggest house in town. Come to my house. Hypocrite. He wanted fitna. So that people say, after all, this man goes only to the rich. You know what I mean? Set him. They want to set him up. He said no. Thank you. Thank you. Let the camel go. She is commanded. By who? By Allah. Let the camel. So the camel start walking, sat in one place. He came in one place, start looking, sat there. He said, this is the land of the masjid. So he built the masjid first. The first thing he did is masjid. The first thing he did. So he said, this land belongs to who? Two young kids, two young men, teenagers. They said to us, oh Messenger of Allah, our parents died and left it for us. He said, how much you sell? They said, no, we give it to you free. He said, no. How much? Then he asked somebody else because they might be shy, right? He said, how much is this? He gave it to them. He said, if you have any grave here, please remove the bone. So they dug, they removed the bones, took somewhere else. He said, I am donating this land for the masjid. And they start building. That's the first thing. All the Sahaba, when they were building the masjid, children, everybody was taking one brick, except the Prophet ﷺ. He was taking 2 bricks. Leader, look at leader. Leader works more than his. Today is the other way. They're just bossing around. The leader should do more than the... And look, when he was carrying, his tummy, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, was full of mud. And one of the Sahaba said, Ya Rasulullah, look at you. He said, what? Look at me, what? He said, you're carrying 2. Carry just one, like everyone. He said, no. Then one of the Sahaba, his name Ammar, start carrying 2. Like now, you see? Now double. The Prophet looked at him and smiled. And he said, Ammar understood it. What does it mean, understood it? He understood the importance of time. If I have to finish the job today, why I leave it for tomorrow? Tomorrow could be more. I'll be more busy than today. Say, oh, I finish homework tomorrow. Finish it today, children. Before I go to sleep. Huh? Girls, you need to help your mother wash dishes. Maybe, I don't know. You, special girls, you don't wash. Huh? Wash now, why tomorrow? Takbir. Your car needs oil change today. Why you leave it till tomorrow? So the Prophet carried 2 stones. while all the Sahaba were carrying one. When they saw him that, they start carrying two. So leading by example. Number two, he sallallahu alaihi wasallam did ukhuwa. What is ukhuwa? Brotherhood and sisterhood. Real one, not joke. He calls, "Oh Ansar, come. Oh Muhajirin. Ansar, sit here. Muhajirin, few. I want you to become the brother. Real brother. Brother, sister. And share whatever you have. Please, share whatever you have." Remember, he already took an oath from them, pledge, last week. What? That they will obey him, right? Now, you have 50 ringgit. Yalla, share. 25. Huh? Yes. How? What do you mean we are brothers? With what? These people left everything for Allah. The Muhajirin left everything, including their wives and fathers and mothers and sons and daughters. Some of them were millionaires, billionaires like Abu Bakr. He left everything. And you are asked just to share, not even to leave everything. So the Muhajirin are always the best. The Muhajirin are always the best. Remember this. Because they were the first. And they sacrificed more than the Ansar. For example, sisters. There is one who left 100 ringgit. Brothers. He left 100 ringgit. And me, I'm asked to share my 100 ringgit. Who is better?
You.
No, he. He is better. Thank you. I know I'm good. Thank you, but not like that. He is better. He left his 100 ringgit for Allah's sake. I'm not leaving 100 ringgit. I'm just sharing 100 ringgit. So I still have 50. You got it? So he did ukhuwa, brotherhood and sisterhood. Real. No joke. To the extent, this is very important. We must mention this example of brotherhood and sisterhood. We have Sayyiduna Sa'd ibn al-Rabi'. Remember this man. Sa'd bin al-Rabi'. Sa'd bin al-Rabi' was a leader of the Ansar. Abdurrahman bin Auf, may Allah be pleased with him, was very rich. From the Muhajirin. He left everything. He came just with his clothes. Tansri becomes nothing for Allah's sake. So Rasulullah said, Sa'd, take Abdurrahman as your brother and share with him. Sa'd said, welcome brother, come, follow me. Sa'd was very rich. Sa'd also. And he had two wives. Listen brothers, so that you see, sisters. Sa'd took him home. He said, brother, you live upstairs. I give you the best. And I live down. He called his two wives. Sayang number one. Sayang number two. They came. Listen, they came and they were sisters. They were not like Malaysian drama. Killing each other. Like bear. And he said, please look at them. Look at them. And whoever you like most, I divorce her for you. What? He didn't say like, I'm sick and tired of one. Hey, number one, come. I want to give you hadiyah to Rasulullah, to my brother Abdurrahman. No. He said, look at them. Whoever you like most, I divorce her for you. Now you may say, Sheikh, but this is a not nice way of treating women. There was no Quraniyat about women, still coming. But just to show you the dedication of Sahaba. Then the Sahabi lowered his gaze. He said, may Allah give you barakah in your wives and in your children. No, thank you. May Allah bless you with your wives and with your children. And the women didn't say, are you crazy? Why you do this to us? Why? They know. The Muhajir is better than the Ansar. What? Imagine. It's like Allah giving you someone better than your husband. They didn't say, are you treating us bad? No. Maybe Allah wants to give you someone better. Because that man suffered most. This man didn't suffer yet. Sa'd didn't suffer yet. The Muhajirin suffered 13 years with the Prophet. Look at when your criteria is Islamic, you don't think like dunya. You don't think like today. So they were not upset at Sa'd like, why you treat us like this? Because he wants to give them actually the best. But he wants also to give his brother the choice. SubhanAllah, do you see the beauty of Islam? Okay, then he took him to his land. To his land. He said, this is all my land and property. Choose, brother. Choose the one you like. He didn't give him the land that is barren, rocky, stones. No. He said, choose. I give you half. You know what he told him? He hugged him and he said, Barakallahu laka fi malika wa ahlika wa waladik. May Allah give you barakah in your property, in your family, and your children. Show me the market. I don't know the market. I'm a businessman. I know how to make business. Just show me the market. Because it's new. Like I come to KL, I don't know where is the market. So he took him to the market and he said, Khudni ila suq al-Yahud. Take me to the Jewish market. I know how to beat them. I know how to make business. So he took him there. The first thing he bought, sisters, this is a man who was broken, brothers, broken, zero. He bought aqid, yogurt. Before he sold it, he sells it again. He took it to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Before he sold it, he took it to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And he said, "O Messenger of Allah, I want you to make dua for me. This is my first commodity in Medina." You know what he did? He blew into it. And he said, Allahumma barik. Hey, you don't blow, huh? The Prophet blows. You don't blow. Your CO2 is not like the Prophet. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, okay? So Sheikh, we blow. No. So, he took the aqid, yogurt, and he made dua. He said, Ya Allahumma barik li Abdul Rahman fi mali. Ya Allah, give barakah to Abdul Rahman in his property. When he died, he left 4 wives. Each wife had 250,000 golden dinar. I just remind you. Four wives, do you know what does it mean? How many children? You think 1 per one?
No.
They were real men. Takbir. Sorry, brothers. No, not like you and me. If one wife, listen, a wife, when her husband dies and she has children, she takes 1/8. 1/8. If a man dies and leaves a wife with children, she takes 1/8. If 8 million, she takes 1 million. So how about 4 wives taking 250,000 golden dinar? Do you know what is dinar? Yeah. Dinar is so heavy. I don't know how much today. What gram is how much? Gold.
200 plus.
200 gram. The gram of gold is 200 ringgit. That coin is so heavy, 250,000 per wife, which means the children were super rich because they take 7 on 8. So this is 1 wife gets 1/8. How about 4 wives? So he smells so super rich. That's why I tell you, never fear poverty. If Allah wants you to be rich, if everybody works against you, you'll still be rich. When Allah doesn't want you to be rich, even if you become I don't know who, you are not going to be rich. Simple as this. Put some ice under your feet and cool down. You are not going to be rich. If Allah wants you to be rich, you don't even know from where the money is coming. It is Allah who gives and it is Allah who takes. Please remember this. Doesn't mean we don't work. No, you work, but don't kill yourself here. Work hard, exhaust your body to make money, but don't exhaust your mind. You work tirelessly, alhamdulillah, tirelessly. May Allah reward you. Khalas, leave the rest to Allah. No. Some of us don't want to do nothing and want to be rich, and some of us work and here, they're tired, they're sick, they're upset with God. Why I work so hard and have no money? Because Allah doesn't want to give. How about that? Okay. Sa'd bin al-Rabi', look what he did, my brothers and sisters. True Ansar. He took him to his home. He gave him the first floor. Why first floor? Why not? By the way, why not the ground floor? Who can tell me? So that he doesn't disturb him. When I give you ground floor, I need to go out. I need to come out. So you rather you disturb me than me disturb you. It's okay. Wow. This is brotherhood and sisterhood. Are you learning, children? I hope it's entering your brain and doesn't come out. What is the third thing he built? He made? This is all. We said 3 things he did in Medina. Number 1? Number 2? Very good. What is that? What does it mean? And I gave you an example. I gave you an example of Sa'd bin Rabi' and Abdul Rahman bin Auf. Abdul Rahman bin Auf. Radiallahu anhu. Who was Ansar, who was Muhajir? Sharifa. Who was Ansar, who was Muhajir? Ansar. Good. And the other one? Muhajir. From Mecca. One from Mecca, one from Medina. But look, Abdurrahman bin Auf radiallahu anhu didn't take advantage. He fears Allah. Although his brother is giving him 50%, just like that. He said, thank you, brother, just show me the market. I can make money. I'm a businessman. I know how to make, just show me. Like, please stay with me for a few days, I don't know. I don't know a city, I don't know who's who. Connect me to some people and leave the rest for me. Abdurrahman, when he died, he had 4 wives, each one 250,000 golden dinar, which means the children, millions more than that. Meaning, don't fear poverty, Allah will give you. The third thing the Prophet ﷺ did, which is very important, and we will discuss it thoroughly next time when I come back, inshallah. The last week of January, inshallah. Don't miss this class, very important. It is called Wathiqa, Constitution of Medina. The Prophet ﷺ ordered the writing of a constitution. In it, he made the Jews sign. This is how clever he was. He was a man of state. Build the masjid where the Muslims come and learn the deen. Masjid means school. Huh? Here the masjid doesn't mean just place of worship. It means where the Sahaba will meet, will study, will learn the deen. If they have problem, they come to court. The court will be in the masjid. Everything will be in the masjid. Number 2, ukhuwa. They need to help each other. Number 3, by the way, in return, the Ansar give money and shelter. In return, what do the Muhajirin give? Knowledge. Teach them. You are 13 years senior to me. I don't know. You know the Prophet ﷺ for the last 13 years. I don't know much. So, do you think only the Prophet was teaching? Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam? For example, these are the Muhajirin. Sit down, my son. We are about to finish. Muhajirin and Ansar. Yalla, share with him your bag. So you'll be... Okay. Or if you said, hey. It's not serious, it's just that. She said, hey, why? Like that. So I give 50. 7 pence. Do what you do to her. Teach her the deen. She teaches you, no one. You got it? I don't have money, but I have ilmu. Very good. So I teach you. You look after me. This is Islam. This is how Islam works. Not just like that. Okay. Constitution now of Medina. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam will make the kuffar sign. For what? Number 1, you will never help an enemy, foreign enemy against Medina. And they sign it. Few years later, the Jews will betray. And he has to kick them out. Okay? Question. What were the Jews doing in Medina in the first place? How did they come to Medina? Imran was first. Explain more. The Romans persecuted the Jews. And the Jews ran away south. Can I have the map again? This is why the Jews lived in Medina. Before the Prophet ﷺ. It's very important to know why they came to Medina. Go ahead. Until he fixes the map quickly, Rasulullah ﷺ, when he went to Medina, he found the Jews there, status quo. They were living in Medina. How did they come to Medina? Medina is land of Arabs. But the Jews were living there. And this is, by the way, a reply to anyone who accuses the Arabs of never tolerating the Jews. They were living with us for centuries. But they cannot live with us by ruling us. We Muslims, look at Malays, mashallah, very nice. You let the Chinese, the Indians live with you. But sorry, you cannot take power and start now bossing us. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. So the Arabs lived with the Jews. It's the Jews who cannot live with the Arabs. Now look, Palestine in their hand, they shoot Palestinians like nothing. Every time. They even stop them from going Masjid al-Aqsa to pray. And what does it mean? Naked woman walks in the Masjid al-Aqsa. What does it mean? Did you see that or not? No. So what does it mean? That a Jewish woman takes off her clothes and walk. What does it mean? That is offense.
Disrespect.
Disrespect. Not only to Allah, to herself, na'udhu billah, but to Allah and to the masjid and so many things. Okay, here it is. Actually, this is where the Jews were living. This part of the world. The Romans took over this part of the world. Egypt, Jordan, Syria, and the Persians took Iraq. The Persians took Iraq. Was under the influence of the Persians. The Romans took all this part. Okay. This is before Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, before Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. After Jesus, peace be upon him, there was a general named Titus. General Titus. He was anti-Jews. He was Christian. He didn't like the Jews for many reasons we know. Like Hitler. So he went and persecuted them. He entered every city and killed as many as he could. Some ran to the Persian. That's why Rasulullah said, be careful of the Jews of Isfahan. They are the first to support Antichrist, Dajjal. The Jews of Isfahan. The Jews of Iran today, very dangerous. The most dangerous Jews. Pay attention to this. Some ran south. When they ran south, they found Yathrib, city of Yathrib. It was good. Why? Because there is water, plenty of water in Medina, and trees. Trees grow there. And that's what they need, agriculture and business, trade. But they didn't enter Mecca. The Jews cannot enter Mecca from Allah because of Ismail alayhi salam. They can't. So they stayed in Medina. When the Prophet ﷺ came and migrated to Medina, he made them sign the treaty of peace. Citizens, you are citizens of Medina, so you protect Medina with me. They said okay. But he knows they will lie. Later on, they will work with foreign enemy, Mecca, Quraysh. Quraysh coming to attack Medina, which is called betrayal. So that's why he has to kick them out. The question, when he kicked the women out, where do they go? Those women, sisters, went towards Riyadh and married with the Arabs. And now you know the story. The rest of the story, I leave it up to you. Sheikh, next year inshallah. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. Ya Allah, bless all my sisters and brothers, especially the children. Give them Jannah. Ya Allah, give them all the toys they want in Jannah. Ameen. All the chocolate they want in Jannah. Ameen. Ya Allah, give them a river of Milo. Ya Allah, bless all the girls. Give them whatever they want. Ameen. All the princess toy, whatever. Ameen. Sheikh, we are not that little. Okay, parents, may Allah bless you. I love you all for Allah's sake. Ma'af Zahir Baten. I'm going really to miss the children. Ameen. Ameen. See you. Assalamu alaikum. Hey, all right. Ameen. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. All right. Good boy. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. How are you? Assalamu alaikum. Hey, mashallah. Those who are going to Umrah, may Allah protect you. Good, very good.